Now, Maria, I agree with you, but then I disagree with you. Now, Maria wrote a very great comment, and usually I don't read these long ones, but it was a good one and it was very respectful. Those who are disrespectful, I ignore right off the whip. But Maria is expressing in this comment, and it goes on, the fact that many people have demonstrated that they have experienced great works of faith. In my video where I talked about the fact that Christians don't even have the faith of a mustard seed, and that's how they should read that, is why they cannot accomplish the things that they desire to accomplish in their lives. And we consistently see more examples of that than we see Christians accomplishing the very things that they claim that they are manifesting in life, and they seem to never be able to manifest them. It is because they lack actual faith in their religion, and therefore they do not put forth the work. And her and I agree that you have to put works in order for you to be able to manifest those things that you desire to manifest. I just don't give it to some outside force of some God. It is all within yourself. And it's very timely because on our live today on Facebook and YouTube, there was a gentleman. I gave him praise because in his statements, he talked about the fact that he was able to overcome addiction because of his belief in the Bible. And I applaud that, because some people need to have something outside of themselves to believe in order for them to click emotionally, to click mentally, for them to be able to overcome some of their addictions. So some people do need that. I just do not. But in the continuation of her statement, she began to talk about the fact that maybe I haven't been around people who have demonstrated these works of faith by believing in their God, and that is why I do not accept it. I disagree with you. I grew up in the church, and I spent my time in the church up until I was about 27. And during that time frame, I watched many people who were able to overcome certain things in their lives because of their belief in their God. But converse to that, I also watched people who were devout believers in the Indus religion, who believed in Brahma, who believed in Krishna, and they were able to overcome certain adversities and manifest things in their lives. I also was around Muslims who their belief and their faith in Allah assisted them in overcoming certain obstacles and manifesting things in their lives. What that demonstrated to me is the fact that there is the human quality at work. That is the consensus. That is the common denominator. So if I have a Muslim, a Jew, a Indus, and a Christian, and they're all facing alcoholism, and each one of them, through the belief in their deities, are able to overcome alcoholism, is it their gods, or is it themselves and the strength of their belief in that God that helps them to overcome it? I have also been around men who were facing alcoholism, gambling addictions, and other addictions, and it was them having children and their strength of saying that I cannot continue to be this man for the sake of my children. I cannot continue. I've seen those who are about to lose their marriage of different faiths. I cannot continue to be this man because I have the desire to be a great husband. I myself have been through similar situations. When my first daughter was born, I was truly convicted to change some of the aspects of my life, not because of a belief in a God, because at this time frame at 25, well, was I 25? No, I was more like 24, 23, 24. I was still working on my deconstruction from Christianity. I was still on the fence. And it wasn't the faith in this God that made me become a better man for my children, my daughter that had been born, and seeing her mother go through toxemia, and the child being born at 30 weeks, and her being in the infancy care for 3 months, and then her growing and being established, even though the doctor says she's going to be fine from day one. It was the fact that I was now a father and responsible for an entire human being that I changed some of the aspects of who I am. And then when my second daughter was born, it changed me even more. And then when my son was born, it changed me even more. And then when I realized that the fault of my divorce was primarily me, it changed who I was going forward, because I had the desire to be a better man and be a better husband. And I was completely out of Christianity by this time frame. And it was me who had the desire to be a better man, so that whomever becomes my wife in the future will have a better man than the man that I was in the previous marriage. One that did not have good conflict resolution skills. And so I worked on those things. Some people don't need a God to become a better version of themselves or to overcome certain aspects of their lives. Those who have reached certain level of consciousness are not in need of that, because they realize that all of it emanates from the self, from the will, and then it is displayed in their actions and activities. And that is what I am. And even today, I still see people, meet people, talk to people who give their God the glory for them overcoming certain things, and that's fine. But the common denominator is always them, because the gods always change. So you have a great day. And remember always, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.